Welcome to WhatGear Reviews. Today I'm unboxing the brand new Oppo Find X2 Lite. For those of you guys out there, particularly in the UK, if you're not that familiar with Oppo, you should know the Oppo Find X2 Pro at the time of this video is ranking #1 for its benchmarks, and it's giving all of the top tier smartphones that you're very familiar with a run for their money, and for a good reason. I've made a bunch of content about it. I'll link that at the end of this video. Let me show you what this one is all about. So here we have everything that comes in the box. You've got the user guide as expected, you've got a clear silicone case here, and you've got the phone itself. 30-watt fast charger, USB-C cable, and a SIM ejector tool. And on the front of the phone you'll notice the things that they really want to emphasize. 5G integrated SoC, ultra steady video 2.0, so they're really focusing on the video functionality on this phone. 4025 mAh battery, which is a lot. And the VOOC flash charge 4.0. And then the primary sensor is a 48 megapixel sensor, which is the crown jewel on this quad camera array. Now let's look at the body of this thing. So first impressions of this Moonlight Black, it's really nice. It just kind of looks black when no light hits it, but when light hits it you get this kind of blue tone across it, and that is Gorilla Glass 5 on the back. It's also Gorilla Glass 5 on the front, and the screen itself is a 6.4 inch OLED with 600 nits of brightness. So some phones really suffer when it comes to bright light conditions. This one won't. Very bright screen, very energy efficient screen as well. And one of the things that Oppo really emphasized is how thin this device is. So it's actually 7.96 millimeter thin, and it's 180 grams. So it's lighter than some other phones, but not so light that it feels cheap. And actually this reminds me very much of the OnePlus 7T from last year. And another cool thing here that they've done with this design is the in-screen fingerprint readers. So in-screen fingerprint readers up until recently was kind of reserved for the flagship phones. It's really great that you're seeing this now in a phone that comes in under £500 here in the UK. One design feature that they mention as well is the 360 antenna. So some phones, if you hold them in a certain way, can block the antennas, especially when gaming and stuff like this. This phone has a 360-degree antenna, so no matter which way you hold it, you're not going to block the signal and slow the device down. Now if we look at the camera module on the back, 4 cameras. We've got a 8 megapixel wide, which is also the macro lens, and that's good because a lot of macro lenses are quite low in pixel count, sometimes 2 megapixels, and to have an 8 megapixel wide and macro lens, that's really awesome. The primary shooter is 48 megapixels, 1.7 large aperture. Then you've got the portrait 2 megapixel lens, and then you've got another portrait lens which is a mono one, which should give you more detail in your photos. Then when it comes to the selfie camera, they've gone for the dewdrop notch, and it's a 32 megapixel selfie camera, so that's a huge amount of megapixels on the front. But anyway, that's enough talk about the cameras. Let me show you what they can actually do. So let's get into some of the key things you need to know about this phone. It's running on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G. The G is for gaming, and it's got 8 gigs of RAM, so that's going to keep things running really smoothly. And then it's got 5G, so that means you're going to get gigabit download speeds from this device. You've got UFS storage 2.1, which means really fast read and write speeds, and then it's running on ColorOS on Android 10. And you might be wondering about bloatware on the device, so let me show you all of the apps that we have here. I have to say, when it comes to bloatware, I don't think there's any. The only thing that I see here really is this Soloop, and that's like a video editing software, Oppo's own video editing software, which is really great for creators who want to make content for social media. So when it comes to bloatware, there's basically none of it. And you might be wondering about the benchmark. So I ran the Antutu benchmark here, and it stacks up pretty well, especially considering the price bracket that it's in. That score of 322,628 is not bad at all. And I've ran quite a few of these Antutu tests, and one thing that's really interesting to me here when I see this graph is the fact that the chipset didn't heat up at all. You can see it's at 0, and when it came to battery usage, it only lost 3% during the tests. And to me, that shows me that this thing is very energy efficient and also stays very cool under heavy workloads. And when it comes to the ColorOS, there is the full dark mode here, and one of the advantages of having an OLED screen is the fact that when it's in dark mode, all of the black pixels are off, which means further power saving. And then when it comes to battery, you've got a 4025 milliamp hour battery. You've got a 30-watt fast charger in the box, and Oppo say that you can get 50% battery in just 20 minutes of charge time, and you can get 100% in less than an hour. So that's really impressive when it comes to recharging the phone. And at this point in time, this phone retails at $399. I think this is a real bargain right now. A very nice new 5G premium built phone with formidable cameras, amazing screen, fast charging. It really is awesome, and I want to know what you guys want to see on this device. So let me know what kind of content you want to see, and if you want to check out the Oppo Find X2 Pro, which is a real beast of a phone, then there's some thumbnails on screen right now. You can go check those out, and if you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. See you guys in the next one. Don't be late.